Hello, saver. Whether you're saving for that trip to the tropics or saving for an emergency, now is the time to take advantage of Wells Fargo's savings options. Wells Fargo offers savings accounts that can help you save towards your goals. So, what are you saving for? Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/save to open a savings account today.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Hey, it's Kim Commando Today, your daily podcast to keep you up to date with all things digital and beyond. And I'd love to have you be a part of our podcast. You can make an appointment to speak with me. Just head over to commando.com, and on the top right, there's a button that says Email Kim. Fill that out, and that's it. So I always like to kick things off with something interesting. And I don't know if you heard this, but Netflix is going to be opening up their own stores. Did you hear this?
A retail store.
I know.
Oh, I
mean,
missed
who
it.
would have thought? Okay, so let's think about, like, what could they sell there?
At a brick and mortar store
Yes.
for Netflix?
Popcorn.
Popcorn?
Okay.
Well,
Blankets.
aren't they going to sell merch?
Yeah, they're going to have a lot of merch.
Who wants
Because we all know
Netflix
we are
merch?
clamoring for Netflix. I mean, I have my Hulu sweater. I have my peacock pants. I need my Netflix merch.
You do. I mean, like,
Absolutely.
how about like a Narcos action figure? I mean,
Okay,
wouldn't
that
you
would
want
work.
that?
Sure.
Or how about a BoJack Horseman Snuggie?
I would wear
Okay.
I would use that. Keep you all warm.
But think about with Netflix. I mean, let's go back like 15 years ago. Imagine if somebody would have said to you, I have this amazing movie and it's 10 hours long. And you'd be like, I am not sitting watching it. Okay. But now they say, we have this amazing series. It's 10 hours long.
Gotta binge it.
You got to binge it.
Gotta watch it this weekend.
Just crazy, isn't it? Hey, buckle up. It's another turbocharged episode of Kim Commando Today. This is our weekly fun podcast. This is not the Kim Commando show. That's Monday through Thursday. Friday, it's not just me as your lovely and talented and very humble host. Joining me, we have our amazing content queen, Allie Seligman. And Allie, what do you have on tap today?
I, in a shocking twist, am Good News Alley today.
No.
Yes. Yeah, I actually have some cool stuff that's coming out that I want to share.
And what do you have, Andrew?
The IRS, the government, is actually going to try and save us money.
Whoa.
No.
Yes, they promise they'll never do it again, but they're going to try and save all of us money.
And then you're also on the joke.
I do. I have a joke.
Funny?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Why would I bring a joke that isn't funny?
I don't know. Well, sometimes
Desperation?
they're not so good. I mean,
That's true.
I know you love your kids, but when you bring the kids jokes, it's not always the best thing.
My son actually had a joke for me, and it was a 9/11 joke.
Whoa.
But he doesn't know. He's
doesn't
only
know.
9. He had no idea.
Did you give him the talk?
Oh, it was immediately, no, never again, never again.
We don't talk about that and laugh.
And he's like, well, I know it was sad, but never again. Okay.
Well, I'm going to be talking about unsubscribing, whether or not it really works. And then you're not going to believe the what the heck headline of the week that I have. It's unbelievable.
What the heck?
Yes, but before we get to all of that, we like to start with the news. And the Times of London. See, you can't really actually say that way. I mean, you have to say like the Times of London, right? I mean, because otherwise, like, it's the Times of London. I mean, you can't say, you have to sound like you're sophisticated.
Can't say it with a Cockney accent. The Times of London, King Commando.
You can.
You can.
Oh, good.
That's a good one.
All right.
Okay. They are reporting that Amazon shoppers are being bribed to leave reviews.
Ooh.
And it's a big percentage. They say 10% of all Amazon customers report receiving a note inside the box with the order that says, if you want to leave a positive review, let us know, and then we're going to give you a credit back on this product.
Oh, I've gotten those.
I've been bribed to leave
Have
a
you?
review.
You did it?
Yeah.
Did you write at the bottom, this was a bribe?
It was a little different than from the seller. That someone came to me and said, hey, here is $100. Go on Amazon, order my product, and then when you get it, leave a review.
Was it a good product?
Yeah, it was a great product, and it only cost $30. So I made $7. Why is your mouth agape?
Because it doesn't seem like we thought that you had
Morals.
yes and standards. And
If it wasn't a great product, I would have lied, but it ended up being a great product.
Was this a friend or did this person
it was actually like the Kim Commando laptop years ago. So we don't really want to have to go
It was only
there.
$30.
It was a friend. It was a friend.
Very interesting. Okay.
So if it was a friend, why didn't you just do it for free?
That's what I told him. I said, I'll just buy it and then Because it has to be a verified purchase through Amazon. So
That's
they couldn't
right.
just give me one
Right.
and I leave a review. And I was like, I'll just do it. And they're like, no, just take the $100.
The friend only had a $100 bill, is
Yeah,
what you're saying.
That's true. They
Yes.
didn't have any change.
Okay.
So the FTC is getting on Amazon to say, like, you got to knock this off. You got to figure out. So the bottom line is you can't really trust the reviews on Amazon. Do I
Yeah.
trust? No.
Do you ever go and say, well, at least this one's 5 stars and the other one's 4, so I'm going to go with this one?
Not really. Because I know if I don't like it, I'm just going to send it back.
My trick is I look at the pictures because then you're more likely to get somebody.
She just it's like, okay.
It's like a picture book.
You don't even know what you're buying. You just look at the pictures.
But I do feel like you're more likely to get a real person who's showing you the thing they actually received rather than the like, this is the best thing I've ever gotten before. And it's like 4 of those reviews that are exactly the same in a row.
Here's one thing I didn't know about Amazon. I learned this recently, is that when women buy clothes, they then take pictures of themselves in the clothes.
Yes.
And put that on the review, including lingerie.
I was just going to say, including underwear.
Okay, so were you like looking at women's lingerie on Amazon?
I just recently learned this. I've only looked at a little bit.
I see. Well, I found some funny reviews on Amazon. Okay, here, listen to this one. It's a Samsung 85-inch 4K Ultra HD 3D blah, blah, blah TV. It's from Jordan Riviera, and it says real name in Seattle. And he gave it a 5-star review, and he says, what wedding? That was the subject. And it says, I was going to fund my daughter's wedding in Hawaii, but I figured the Samsung TV would last longer than the marriage. Okay, here's another one. This is for the Gummy Bear Cleanse. Okay. Christine Torek wrote, and oh, by the way, almost 40,000 people found this review extremely helpful. 1 star. Words cannot express what happened to me after eating these gummy bear cleanses. If you are someone that can tolerate sugar, okay. But if you're like dozen people who tried this order, you better run. First of all, I would rate the taste as a 5. But, or maybe I should say but as in B-U-T-T.
Okay.
After eating 20 of these, all hell broke loose.
20?
Cramps, sweating, bloating beyond my worst nightmare. I have had food poisoning in the past from bad shellfish, and that was almost like a skip in the park compared to what's going on with me.
But that's not fair. It's a cleanse.
I know. What would you
It should have been
expect?
5 stars.
Yeah, that's 5 stars.
She's
She's
doing its job.
emptied her out, I'm
Clean
sure.
as a whistle.
Clean as a whistle. Oh my God. Sorry. We're gonna bring the quality of this podcast up just a notch.
Highly doubt it.
All right. So Andrew, tell us what's going on in your news world.
So the IRS announced that in 2024, they are going to do a pilot program and they are going to allow you to file your taxes for free on the internet.
Yes.
Now, every state that doesn't have a state sales tax will be part of the pilot program. And then like 4 more that are allowing their state's taxes to be handled through this way, including where we live here in Arizona. And the shocking part is TurboTax or Intuit. They think this is a bad idea.
No.
Shocker.
Yes, they think it's going to hurt the poor people if they get to be able to go online.
Wait, I'm sorry. It's going to hurt the.
Yes, it's going to hurt poor people because
How?
poor people are more susceptible to being audited. And if they're dealing directly through the government and not getting information from professionals and doing it on their own, it's going to be bad for them.
Okay, this is a very creative publicist.
Seriously.
The same article was written in, I believe, 20 different online websites, word for word, saying why this is bad and that the federal government should
I
not
wonder how much
be
they paid
allowed.
for that.
I don't know. Well, it wasn't the $1.8 billion that they made last year. They showed the numbers that people that went, because, you know, with TurboTax, and I'm not calling TurboTax out. Everybody's guilty of it. All of these online filers are guilty of this. But TurboTax, only 2% of the people that could have gotten free filings actually did it for free.
Wow.
Everybody else ended up paying.
What they do? Are they upselling them along the way?
Yes, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is great. You can file for free. Now they have 2 different products. It's like TurboTax free, and then it's like free TurboTax. And
Which one's free?
free TurboTax is impossible to find. You have to click on like 36 different things. You got to go to the dark web, sell a child. Like it's really impossible to get to the actual free TurboTax website. But if you do get there, even when you're there, they say, oh, we can get you more if you pay this fee. They got sued for it a couple of years ago, had to give a bunch of money back.
But obviously they're making more than what they're giving back.
Oh, absolutely. But they're in trouble. If this actually works, if this pilot program works and people, now, obviously, there's a lot of people who aren't going to be able to file for free because you're not a W-2 person. You make more than $69,000 a year. But there's so many Americans, they shouldn't have to pay hundreds of dollars to get back hundreds of dollars
right?
by using TurboTax and other companies like that. I think this is great.
Okay, do we think the website's going to crash?
Absolutely.
Is it going to get hacked?
Absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
But I don't know why you guys are focusing on the negatives.
Well, if it works, sounds great.
Right.
Love it.
It's not going to work.
It won't work initially.
No.
But give it 2 or 3 centuries.
You know, what's going to happen is like,
it
it'll be up like, for like 3 days and somebody's going to say, oh, I just got Mildred's tax return and my name's Mike. How did that happen?
There is a benefit for private businesses handling this. But if private businesses is going to handle it and they told the government, in 2002, listen, we'll take care of this and we will make sure that we're going to offer a free option.
Yeah.
They have to make sure they're actually offering the free option.
No, honest? Yeah,
They
really.
should.
20 years later.
Yeah.
The government's stepping in.
All right, so Allie, you're not bad news. You're good news, Allie,
Isn't this
today.
shocking?
I know,
yeah. We've been in a real onslaught of all these companies releasing new features, new stuff that they want us to know about. A lot of it, I'm going to be honest with you, is kind of lame, and we don't care that much.
Are we talking about the iPhone 15?
That's the same
Where's
as
my
the iPhone 14.
I love my iPhone 15.
It's with your 14. Try to tell them apart.
No, you know what? Honest to God. Barry took my 14 Pro Max, and I had the 15 Pro Max, and we had the phone sitting right there. And he picked up my phone, I picked up his, and I'm like, oh, wait, it's the same. No, you can only tell by looking at the button on the side. That's all.
It's this one tell.
Yeah.
I mean, the charger's different, right?
Yeah, that's a bummer,
you
too.
Yeah, that's more annoying. Because now do you have one of each charger everywhere in the house?
8,000 chargers everywhere.
That's nice, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to start with Google. This one is actually great for people like me who typo quite a bit, especially on my phone. Now, if you're in the Chrome browser and you type in a URL to a website that, it predicts that you're going to.
It's legit.
Yeah. It will tell you if you got a typo and you're going to the wrong place. So,
nice.
yeah,
That's good.
It's this little wait, we think you want to go here. Is this what it is? So update your phone and you'll get the new version.
I have to
of Chrome.
try that.
Yeah.
Because, if you type commando wrong, you go to some Brazilian prostitute.
How wrong do you have to be? For editorial purposes.
To get to the Brazilian prostitute. It says Mr. looking at lingerie
Aren't you
pictures
busy on Amazon?
It is free. You're right.
Oh, man. YouTube, a couple good ones there. Okay. Do you ever watch videos faster than 1 time speed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah? How fast? 2?
Two.
Just 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in the mobile app, if you hold down your finger while a video is playing and it's full screen, it automatically goes to 2 times speed.
Perfect.
Oh,
So you don't have to go
that.
through the little menu. That one's cool. Lots of new things for creators. So if you have been saying forever, I'm going to start my YouTube channel, this is it. Now there are ways, AI, to make videos, upload the videos, do ads for all of your stuff. So much easier. So could be the time.
And I like that they're giving music.
They are, yeah, royalty-free music
Yeah,
that you can
that's sweet.
actually use. You're not going to get that notification that we get.
Not that I've gotten that notification at least once a week.
Oh, we get that notification constantly,
So many
even
times.
though it is music that we have access
Yes,
to.
it's our own music
Yeah, you
library.
own it. Why can't you use it?
Because the algorithms, they don't know about it, so
Yeah.
then it's just annoying.
Can't fight the AI.
Couldn't they put some of this AI budget toward actually making sure that those of us using, okay. And then my final piece of good news, Chick-fil-A might owe you some money.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, during the pandemic, they did this whole advertising campaign. Order online, it's cheap. They used words like low price and cheap and all this stuff. Turns out, if you ordered online, they were marking the prices up at least 30%.
Oh, nice. You know what? This is supposed to be a Christian outfit.
Maybe they prayed about it, Kim, and decided that they really needed
I mean, it makes
the
me
money.
sad. It hurts my heart that they did that.
Yeah, no, it's a super bummer. So if you ordered online and got, hit with these extra charges, the fees, they have your email address, right? Because you ordered online. So you should get an email, and they're saying you're going to get $30 either in cash or if you'd like a Chick-fil-A gift card.
Nice.
No matter what you spent, you're getting the $30.
Yes, but here's the caveat that always happens with class actions. It depends on how many people
Yeah. So you make it
Qualified.
$3.
Sure. It might be like you get one nugget, right? It might not be the whole shebang, but maybe you'll get $30. So watch your email. If you see that, it's not fake. It's actually Chick-fil-A because they messed up.
But now we know that the fake emails are going to start coming from the actual fishing people saying, come get your free nugget.
Come get your nugget.
So do you remember, Andrew, years ago, I still run. Mm-hmm. And I was showing you my playlist about how they take regular songs. We were in the studio and they take regular songs and they speed them up and they do EDM and they make the BPMs like
the BPM.
Right, like 140 or 130. And so I was thinking of you the other day because I remember that I was playing these songs for you and then you started singing like feelings. Whoa, feelings.
Sounds like something I would do.
And I said, that was the funniest thing. So every time I listen to these playlists now where they speed things up, I hear like Barry Manilow in my head saying like, whoa, feelings.
Near, far, wherever you are.
So I listen to, I do open up the Halo app a lot. And the Halo app is for Catholics, and I'm like an uber Catholic, and I always have been. And so this morning, or yesterday morning rather, and I went for my run, and I thought I would listen to like my daily reflection. And I thought this was really telling is that I opened the Halo app and it said, it looks like you are ready to go for a run.
The Catholic app told you this?
Yes.
Wow.
And it said, would you like to have a running prayer list? And I'm like, well, this is kind of weird. And so I fire it up and it's like, Sister Jean.
Just praying?
Sister Jean's like, hi, I'm a nun. And
while you're running?
Yeah, she's like, and so let's read the book of Luke. And as
How
we're
did they
running,
know?
well, that's what I thought was kind of weird. I mean, just because you reminded me when you were talking about Chick-fil-A. So it's like, so even though, you know, we were thinking like all these like Christian Catholic stuff that may be going on. I mean, I do like the Halo app and I do spend $60 a year for it. And I did do the running playlist.
It worked. Ran to the prayer.
I did. And it was like, it was kind of
a good run.
You know what? It was a different run. And then I'm thinking like, I really want to listen to my Peloton playlist because that's more like feelings, whoa, feelings.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, but I was feeling like the Catholic guilt, you know, like, oh my God, I'm going to like turn off God.
That's how they get you.
know, that's just
how they get you.
That's just not a good thing.
Would you do it again?
Well, I didn't. I could have done it this morning, but I didn't.
You went back to your music?
Yeah, I
Her
did.
secular tunes.
I know.
Absolute
I'm sorry, Sister Jean. I'll try again. You know, and then also, let me just say one more thing about it, is that I mean, nuns are wonderful people. But when I was growing up, I went to all Catholic schools.
Are they mean? Is that real?
They were mean. They were very mean.
I have a coworker. She went to an all Catholic school, and her punishment when you got in trouble is you had to kneel on 2 pencils.
Oh.
And so I tried it on my radio show. I actually tried it. It is so painful.
2 pencils.
Yeah, when I was done, I had the indentation of the number 2 pencil in my knee, and I did it for like 40 seconds.
Oh.
But that was the punishment.
No, I mean, I remember I was in a church once. Well, there's actually the best story I was like in 2nd grade. And every like Thursday we had to go to mass. Every Thursday. Like not in the morning, like midday we had to go to mass. And we always had to like line up alphabetical order. So I was like always midway with commando. And so I'm sitting there thinking like, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? And so I'm like, I don't know what I did. I didn't cheat. I didn't steal.
Oh, you have to repent.
Oh, yeah. I have to go to confession because
Sure.
before you go get communion, you have to go to confession. And we had to go every week. Okay. So forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, as I see a Bible, okay, I'm going to look up the 10 Commandments. Maybe I forgot something. Okay. Right. So I'm like, yes, I got it. So I get into the confessional.
Did you cover thy neighbor's wife?
I get into the confessional and I said, forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. My last confession was a week ago. And he goes, da 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 blah blah, all the Latin stuff. And yes, my child, tell me what. And I said, I committed adultery. And the screen goes like, and he looks at me and goes, you what? And I'm like, oh, I committed adultery. And he said, you just lied. So you have to go say 10 Hail Marys and 10 Our Fathers and 10 Glory Bees. And then when you get home, tell your mother what you did. So I get home and I said, Mom, I committed adultery. And she busted out laughing. So
That's pretty
Were you
cute.
lying, or did you get adultery confused with something else?
I just didn't know what it was, but I knew that I
She
had
just picked a word.
I just knew I didn't do
you couldn't
anything
go
else.
in there and say I didn't sin. I was good this week.
No, because then he would say you lied. And then you'd have to say, and that was the thing, is that if you had something really bad, it was like sometimes you get like 5 Hail Marys and 5 Our Fathers and 1 Glory Be. But if it was like a really bad thing, you had like 10 Hail Marys and 10 Our Fathers and 10 Glory Bees.
You lying adulteress.
I know. It was awful. It was awful. All right, coming up, we are not going to talk about being an adulteress anymore. I have a letter in the listener mail about unsubscribing. Andrew, you have an AI tool?
Yes, it's basically going to make making dinner every single night much easier.
Ooh.
And then what do you have as a tip?
I am going to talk about one of my favorite voice commands that I tested out today. I've got some pro tips. Basically, if you need a little boost and you want to see your favorite pictures, you can do it in a
Nice.
couple words.
So stay with us.
This episode is brought to you by Kia's first 3-row, all-electric SUV, the Kia EV9, with available all-wheel drive and seating for up to 7 adults, with 0 to 60 speed that thrills you 1 minute, and available lounge seats that unwind you the next. Visit kia.com/EV9 to learn more. Ask your Kia dealer for availability. No system, no matter how advanced, can compensate for all driver error and or driving conditions. Always drive safely.
Now, if you're not already getting the Kim Commando Show newsletter, let me tell you, they are amazing. It's actually called The Current. And so in the morning, you get the tech news, and in the afternoon, you get the tech hacks, and then security alerts every once in a while. We're sending out over 600,000 every single day. Allie, why should somebody sign up for the newsletters?
Because you'll be smarter. It's 5 minutes a day. You start your day with it, and you know what's going on.
And how about you, Andrew?
Yes, what Allie said.
5 minutes a day.
So you're just loving the newsletters, Andrew, I could tell.
I don't want to do any Hail Marys, so I'm going to tell you the truth. I still haven't subscribed. But I promise today I will do it. How do I do it again?
You go to getkim.com. That was a professional segue right there.
You're welcome.
Getkim.com and sign up right now. I received an email asking if hitting the unsubscribe button attached to most spam messages, if that will truly unsubscribe you from that spam. Well, the answer is that if you hit the unsubscribe button, if it's in your Apple mail and it comes up and says unsubscribe, that's pretty safe. But if you scroll to the bottom or wherever and you hit unsubscribe, what happens is that it sends out this secret beacon, goes dee, 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 back to the sender. Not that when we make some money, we will have professional sound of.
No, that was very professional.
Yeah,
Was
that
it really
pretty
good? Okay.
We should save that one.
And then it goes back to them and says, oh, wow, this is a live human being. And so guess what? You get more spam. So what do? You just go ahead and you just delete it. Now, I think you know the answer, so don't say. Do you know what spam stands for?
Sporadic postal. No, I don't.
Does it stand for specially processed American meat?
Oh, well,
Or
that
does
is
it
spam.
does it stand for spiced pork and more?
Yes.
Or does it stand for spiced ham?
It's spiced ham. It's the third one.
Yes, it is.
Well
You're
done.
right. Have you ever eaten spam?
That man knows
Oh,
his canned
yeah.
ham. Yeah.
Absolutely. I went to Hawaii.
Yeah, spam sushi.
Musabi? You never had musabi in Hawaii?
I wouldn't eat it.
What do you
Oh,
mean you
Kim.
wouldn't eat it?
I can't because I don't eat pork.
It's barely pork.
We don't know what it is.
Pork adjacent.
Hormel Foods has never said that it's spiced ham, but that's what the general consensus is. But
I
so-
love spam.
Do
I think it's
you?
delicious.
Oh, I just can't see myself eating that.
You take spam, put a little mayo on it, then rice, wrap it in seaweed. It's delicious.
You lost her at spam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
done.
true. I should have ended with spam.
I don't eat processed foods.
Even spam?
No, even like last night we were watching. I mean, I'm such a weirdo. Last night we were watching. I don't know. The Guilty or the Burial is what we were watching. It's not a bad movie. It's not great, but anyway.
Okay.
And I'm eating like goldfish, and I'm sitting there thinking, like, this is processed food. I should not be eating goldfish.
But you ate some goldfish.
I did.
Good
So
for
by
you.
not eating processed foods, you mean you eat it, but you just hate yourself for eating it.
No, I
are
ate it.
Catholic.
Great.
I am Catholic.
It all comes around.
It does. All right. So what do you have for a tip?
For a tip, there's a website where if you ever had a night where you open the fridge and you see a bunch of stuff in there, but you don't know what to do with it, dishgen.com. It's one of many AI cooking tools, but I think this one is the best because you can use sentences and words and write out exactly what you want. I want a low-carb dinner that has Mexican flavorings, and I have these 12 ingredients. And then you wait for the AI to do its job, and it gives you a list of ingredients, the amounts you need, and step-by-step instructions on how to make the meal.
Ooh.
I've actually used it multiple times because I always have pasta. My kids will actually eat pasta, but I don't know what to do with it but side spaghetti sauce every single time.
It's like after you get spaghetti or pesto, and then you're like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
What's
I'm done.
next?
What else do I do?
Yeah.
Now, you can use the website without signing up, without giving them your email address. There's no fees involved with it. But with most AI, they want you to register through your Gmail or something like that. But you can use it without doing that. But if you do that, you get a lot more tools, a lot more customization. The AI will learn you because, it knows who you are every time you come back. But I think it's a phenomenal
So
tool.
what did you make?
I made Mexican pasta.
Oh, Mexican.
Was
Yeah,
it good?
basically like taco salad with penne pasta in it. It was
Okay.
good. I wouldn't do it again because it was kind of basic flavors.
Yeah.
But it's only because that's what I told it that I had on hand. But I've also made a lamb dish, and I really didn't know how to cook lamb. And with now, now I know. Thank you.
You just do that at it till it's cooked.
Exactly.
I wouldn't
Bah,
eat
are
that
you done?
either. I wouldn't eat that either.
You wouldn't eat lamb?
No.
Oh, lamb is so good.
No.
Lamb is good. It makes me sad.
Why does it make you sad?
Because it's a little lamb.
Okay, so if it was a large lamb, you'd be okay with it?
A sheep burger? No. Absolutely not.
I highly recommend it. Give it a try.
What's the website again?
Dishgen.com.
I'm going to try it out.
All right. What do you got for a tip?
You can say to your phone, you can do this with iPhone or Android, you can just say, show me photos of.
Love that.
And then you can see whatever it is you want. So I tried it out today, and this is one of those things where if you're the person who gets a little mad at Siri or Google or whatever because it doesn't quite get it right the first time, calm down and just play with it. So my dog's name is Nova. I said, show me photos of Nova. The first thing that popped up were pictures of Chevy Novas from the internet.
You're close.
It's close, right? Not what I want. And so I thought okay, how am I going to get this? And I said, show me photos I took of Nova. And then pictures of my dog popped up.
But how does it know the dog
Because
is
I
Nova?
told
her.
my Photos app. So that is kind of the pro tip there. If you go into your Photos app, where you can see everybody's little faces and circles, and it does it with pets too. If you add a name, it makes it a lot easier to find stuff.
So once you tag one photo, you're good to go.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because then it'll find all the other photos
Yeah.
of Nova that you took.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. So you just say once, and usually sometimes you get that thing where it's like somebody who looks a little different in certain pictures and it thinks it's someone else, but you just say no, this is still Kim. This is Kim and this is Kim. This is the same. So they all get combined.
Okay.
So
So Andrew, all those pictures that you saved of the lingerie
Right.
on Amazon, just call them melons.
Okay. Show me melons later when I'm alone.
remind me in 30 minutes to look at melons.
To look at the melons. I just put that line in a newsletter about the plastic surgeons being hit by hackers. And I thought, for sure, I'm going to get some email about this.
A line about melons?
Yeah, because I know I said, if you want to turn lemons into melons.
That's pretty good. That's a good line. Did you get complaints?
No, it's just going to hit. I'm going to get complaints
It's for tomorrow, so
It'll
yes.
be in tomorrow.
You be ready, people. Be ready
Just
to
be
complain
ready.
tomorrow.
All right, coming up, this is going to be probably the funniest segment I think we're going to do. It's the What the Heck headline of the week, but also the listener mail. And so you don't want to miss that. And of course, we have the joke at the end, a whole bunch of other things. So stay right where you are.
Fargo, the new virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, makes banking faster and easier. Like this.
Fargo, what's my checking account routing number?
And this.
Fargo, turn off my debit card.
And this.
Fargo, what did I spend on groceries last month?
And that's just the beginning. Do you, Fargo? You can. In the Wells Fargo mobile app. Learn more at wellsfargo.com/getfargo.
Terms and conditions apply. Your mobile carrier's availability and message and data rates may apply. Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
All right, this is the Kim Komando Today podcast. This is not the Daily Tech Update podcast, which, the numbers are kind of steady on the Daily Tech Update podcast, which means a lot of people are not sampling it. So what I need you to do is wherever you get your podcast, just search for Komando with a K. And then you could do this too, Andrew.
Okay, I will.
Okay. While you're there, just getting immersed in all things in the Komando Mediaverse.
GetKim.com.
No, we're talking about the Daily Tech Update right now, okay? Just stay with me. God, he's like such like squirrel. Okay. And so where you get your podcast, just search for Komando. Daily Tech Update is one news story and one tech tip. And so wherever you get your podcast, it's 2 minutes. It's perfect when you're brushing your teeth. What could you do in 2 minutes?
Maybe you're making coffee.
Yes.
What could you do in 2 minutes, Andrew?
Feed my daughter.
See?
Make her bowl of cereal in the morning.
So you could be listening to the Daily Tech Update and getting tech aware and tech smart. So wherever you get your podcasts, get the Daily Tech Update. All right. I was going to do this what the heck headline first, but then I thought this is kind of sad. Okay. So I actually have two, but I'm going to give you the one that I was vacillating whether or not I should actually put in the podcast. Here it is. Landscaping crew mows around dead body, assuming it was a Halloween prop.
Whoa.
Kind of sad. You described that as kind of sad.
That's grim.
It's very
that's
grim.
awful.
The lawn care worker said the body of a 34-year-old guy in China Grove, North Carolina, Robert Owens, was laying face down in the grass near a home. And he just mowed around it.
This is horrible. This is like nervous laughter because that's awful. Can you imagine?
I get it.
Do you?
That it could be a Halloween
Yes.
decoration.
Wouldn't you poke
could.
it with your toe?
I mean, if it was August, I wouldn't get it. But we're close to the
Halloween.
season.
Yes.
So I understand. I wouldn't say that's crazy, but that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Okay.
So the guy just died in his front yard?
Yeah, apparently.
Oof.
Dude.
Tough. Okay. All right. So we're going to change. I have something better.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good.
Bounce back time.
I don't have the headline, so I'm just going to read the story. Federal custom agents poo-pooed the plans of an Iowa woman who wanted to make jewelry from giraffe feces that she picked up on a trip in Kenya, and she brought it back in her luggage.
So she's just got a suitcase full of giraffe poop.
Yeah, so you go see. I mean, we all travel. I mean, you go somewhere. You're like, okay, what am I going to take
We all
home?
find exotic poops. No,
Okay,
I don't need a new coffee cup.
and I don't need a spoon
I
or a
don't need
Christmas
another
ornament.
spoon.
No.
Oh my gosh. A bag of giraffe poop.
But she didn't get in trouble because she declared this on her declaration.
She was filling out that little thing on the plate.
Yes.
What do you think she wrote? Giraffe poop?
She said she had a small box of giraffe feces.
Feces to make it sound fancy.
Set of value at that. I wonder what she valued it at.
Okay.
Priceless.
She was at the Minneapolis-St. Paul airport, and this is according to U.S. Customs. The woman, who is not identified, wait, there's more. She told the officials how she planned to use the giraffe feces. She was going to make a necklace out of it, as she has done in the past with the moose poop.
That's not a far stretch, going from moose to giraffe.
Do you think after it dries out, like the smell goes away?
Well, hopefully it dries out before you do anything
But
with
I mean,
it.
She has to mold it.
Okay, I'm wearing pearls. As a woman, I've never thought about wearing poop.
Okay, but the pearl, I mean, where does the pearl come from?
A clam.
In the inside.
It's not poop.
It's not poop.
But it's innards.
No,
it-
it's not the same thing.
It absolutely is close to it.
It is not close to it. Pearls are not the same as poop.
When you open it up, the clam, and you push out the pearl, it's right next to all their inner organs. Why is it any different? Just wash off the poop, throw a chain on it.
Put it up on Etsy.
Exactly.
All right. So we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to read some letters from our listener mail.
All right. Do I finally get to read this one?
Yeah, but not yet.
My hand is sweating all over.
I know. Okay, I'm going to go first because it's just a nice one from Scott in Lake Forest, California. Hi, Scott. We love you. Kim, I don't need a phone call. I just want to shout out. Let's see. My advice is always for people to listen to Kim Komando. You spelled commando wrong. It's Komando. No problem. I used to listen on the American Forces Radio Network a long time ago. Your show keeps me company on my drive to Santa Monica twice a week for a client. That's when I catch up on shows that I missed during the week. Thank you for what you're doing. Your advice is always
So
Oh,
many
that's
people
so nice.
on the Armed Forces Radio Network. That's
I
where
love
they
that.
find you.
Super cool.
Yes.
Very
love
cool.
that.
Yeah.
All right. So, Allie, you have a letter.
I do. Mine is from Jeffrey. Jeffrey's a marketing consultant, and he's working with a bank. So they were going to send out letters on behalf of the bank to the customers about the equity in their homes. And he wanted to know, I brought up the idea of using a QR code to fast track them to our email address, but the client is nervous because they think that QR codes are ripe for potential fraud. What are your thoughts? I have many thoughts. So I talked with our IT geniuses about this to make sure that my thoughts were, that they agreed with me, and they did. So I feel good about this. It's not a danger for the bank. Nothing's going to happen. They're going to scan the QR code. Yes, it'll open it up in email. Handy. They'll get to email you quicker. The thing that it opens up is the idea that then your customers are going to think it's always safe to scan a QR code.
Yeah, that's true.
From
Good
them.
call.
From the bank, yeah. And so think about if, I was some jerk and I got one of these letters and said, like, you know what? I could just put one of these in everybody's email or in everybody's mailbox that has a fake QR code. So I wouldn't open your customers up to that. Yes, it's handy, but I don't think when we're talking about banking, it's worth it.
Do you guys use QR codes on the regular?
Not really.
I think the only QR code I use is when you're trying to log into like a streaming service and you can.
Oh, yeah, that is
phone at
I
it.
love
so
that.
much better.
That's the only one I really use.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I just move on.
Yeah, not many places are like, you have to do that for the menu.
during COVID,
anymore.
everybody's
Yeah.
like, when you went to a restaurant.
Yeah, the menus. That's true.
Yeah, some places do that for parking.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, little pro tip, when you see those on a parking meter, rub your finger over it because people
call.
put fake QR code stickers on top
yes.
that
They
leads
do.
you to some place. So just make sure it's the original
Human
one.
beings are awful.
Yeah.
I was at a concert and they were selling merch and they put the QR code up on the big screen. If you wanted to buy the merch, you could just flash
Oh,
it
that
up
was
there.
smart.
Oh,
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that is smart.
That was a good use of it. But otherwise, I really don't use them.
Okay, let's see it. Let you
My
read your-
letter?
Yes.
I wasn't allowed to.
Was
preview
not allowed
this.
to read it at first.
This is from Tom in Austin, Texas. Hey, Kim. I know you know a lot about sports, so you can pass this to Andrew. Oh, you don't know?
Yeah.
No, he wrote it incorrectly. All
Yeah.
right. I thought he was saying you know a lot about sports. Is there any way to avoid paying Amazon to watch football games? And secondly, do you think Jeff Bezos' girlfriend is hot? I think yes. The answer to that question is we won't even wait for that. Yes.
Well,
she's-
wait, let's answer the Amazon one first.
The Amazon one
Yeah,
first?
yeah.
All right, so stop reading?
Yeah.
No, you can't. You cannot get past the Amazon firewall when it comes to football. There's no other streaming service you can get it through. There's no internet. Now, obviously, you can do it illegally, but we're not
We don't
allowed
do
to
that.
tell people how to do that on the Kim Commando show. But there's no other way, which is, I think, absolutely awful for the NFL to do because, first of all, the broadcast is you don't even want to watch it. The broadcast is awful.
Really?
Is it?
Yes, Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit are so boring, and Thursday night games are so bad that the combination made me want to watch baseball. That's how bad. It is.
That's rough.
Baseball
Curling
is
was better.
Boring. But you can't get around it. Amazon is the only place to find Thursday night football.
Is this included with a Prime membership? Or do
It
you,
is.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you
All
have
right.
a Prime membership, you get Prime Video.
I thought they were charging extra for some of the games.
No, once you go on your Prime Video app, and they push it. I mean, they want an audience there. They want
Yeah.
to get their bang for their buck because they're paying a lot of money for Thursday Night Football. So it's going to be right there. But another thing that's bad with Amazon right now, though, is you can't do it on multiple screens.
Oh.
And so if I have it on in the living room and I want to run upstairs, I can't. I have to go downstairs, shut it off, and then go back upstairs.
Oh, that's a
and try
pain
it.
in the
That's
neck.
It
annoying.
is.
Yeah.
It absolutely is. Do I continue reading now?
Yeah, let's go back to because this was a funny note. It's a funny note.
And secondly, do you think Jeff Bezos' girlfriend is hot? I do think. Do you? I mean, obviously you agree.
A babe.
Yes.
Okay, she and him are totally in that billionaire. I'm going to make over my body.
Oh, for sure.
You have the money.
Oh yeah, I mean Bezos has. I think he has 12 full-time physicians on staff.
That's it.
Yes,
Slacking.
I know. But of course, and if you look at him the way he is now versus 10 years ago.
Completely different person.
Oh,
He
yeah.
had dad bod and 80s hair.
Yes.
I mean, he was awful. And now he's Mr. Cool.
I'm frankly surprised he doesn't have like a luscious full head of hair, but I think that he doesn't want to deal with people making fun of him for,
Probably.
for getting.
The internet would
Well,
definitely attack.
Elon Musk has fake
Oh,
hair.
he was bald.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was he really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I got something to Google when I get home.
There
Yeah.
you go.
All right. I think he could have done better with that kind of money.
What?
It's about love.
Yes,
It's
I'm
not
sure.
about money. She's not with him because he's a billionaire.
No.
She loves him. Would you go with Andrew? Yeah, of course. I'd go out with Jeff Bezos. Let's be honest. I mean, I like money like everybody else. What's the most important thing to you in a woman? Hair. Beautiful hair is the most important thing. Why are you laughing?
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Who knew?
Why would that be something
Because
that's so unbelievable?
because it's like everybody would think like boobies.
Oh, well,
Oh,
no.
I was thinking like her personality,
No,
her
that's-
sense of humor, her kindness, her
Beautiful
generosity.
hair. If you have well-groomed hair, and then I'm bald, so I'm not being one to judge, but I think when I look at a woman, if she has a beautiful head of hair, I know she takes care of herself, she cares about herself, and I also think it makes a woman, even unattractive women, you go get a nice Jennifer Aniston haircut, you're gonna look a lot better.
Jennifer Aniston.
You know, I've never heard of a guy saying that hair was.
I've never heard. Yeah, I haven't either.
Okay, what
That's
about
nice.
you? What's your number one attractive thing for a man? See how long it didn't take me to answer?
You know what? Because I'm vacillating because I think I need somebody who's really smart.
Okay.
I mean, I think if somebody's super smart, that's attractive to me.
But we're talking about attractive. Oh, no, I guess he said important thing. Okay, yeah, that's fair. I thought we were talking about just looks.
Oh, just looks? I don't like big guys.
Okay, so it has to be, meaning...
Like, you know,
not
like
tall, like 6'5"?
I don't like that. I like, you know, I mean, look at Barry. Barry's a little guy.
Yeah, you put him in your pocket.
I mean, I've always dated, when you look at the guys I've dated before I got married, said they're always little guys.
Okay, which is good for little guys. Because most women say, if he's not 6 foot, I want nothing to do with him.
No.
My sister-in-law's brother, 6'8". His wife, she's like 5'1".
That's a big gap.
It's crazy.
That's a person. That's a
Yes.
child.
Okay, how does that
That's a
happen in
difference.
bed?
I don't know.
Well, in bed, you can make it work. But just
Creatively.
a kiss goodbye is a lot of work.
It's like
Someone's
a
got to
step
come
ladder.
all the way down.
I know, it's
That's
crazy.
funny.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your most important?
I think funny, but in a smart way, like clever.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. My husband is
We
the
said
funniest
looks.
person I know. Oh, looks. Smile?
Okay.
Yeah.
Smile's
Smile's
good.
just like hair.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Is that it? Is there
There's
another
one
question?
more here.
Oh.
How can I meet a nice woman? Love the show.
How can I meet a nice woman?
That's what he put in his letter.
I think you should change your attitude if you don't think Jeff Bezos' girlfriend is pretty enough.
What are you aiming for there, bub? I am fully behind online dating apps. I know there's a lot of people that are against them. They think they don't work. There's a lot, it's going to be with anything online. You're going to have a lot of people trying to scam you. But I think it's
Really?
a great way. Oh, yes. Especially women. Women get a lot of gross. My ex-wife went on a dating app and she was on it for about 25 minutes because the messages she were getting were so nasty.
Oh, God,
and
I can
so
imagine.
awful.
That must have been crazy.
But if you can get through all that, if you can sift through all that, it's a great way to meet people. It's
Is that how
hard
you met
to
your
meet-
girlfriend?
Yes.
Well, there you go.
All of them. Every woman I've dated since I've been divorced. I've met them all through online.
Now, see, Ian's generation, 20 to 23-year-olds, they do not use dating apps unless they want to have sex.
Because their hearts
Okay.
aren't broken yet. They haven't been,
Well, they won't. What they do, which I think is really interesting, is that they go. What he told me is that they go on TikTok, primarily TikTok, and they look at girls' vids as well as their Instagram account,
Oh.
and then they send them a DM.
That's online dating.
Okay, but
Yeah, but without the,
without
Well, there's no fee to it.
Yeah, exactly.
But otherwise, it's online dating. It's the same thing. You look at someone's profile and then you message them.
Then what they do is that you never go out. This is what he told me. You don't go out with the girl alone. The first date.
Okay.
You go on a double date.
So that's a young
in case
person
she's a
thing.
murderer. It really is.
That is
yeah.
such a young person's thing because I want a first date to be an hour of conversation because I want to be able to know if I want to have a second hour of conversation with you.
Exactly.
But that's a young person.
All right. So I actually have two. Carol in Bedford, Massachusetts. Okay. I'm going to pretend I'm Carol.
Oh, are we going to get a
boy.
Boston accent?
I don't have that, but
Okay.
I read this and I thought, Carol.
Ooh, Carol's.
Okay, it starts, you always know it's bad when it says, hello there, Kim Commando.
Gotta love when someone uses your own
Okay.
name as an insult.
Why do you love Apple so much? Everything with you is Apple, Apple, Apple. What about everyone else in the world who uses Windows? Why do you crap on us, Kim Commando?
What?
Oh, I know why. Apple pays you.
Oh, she figured it out.
You used to be so upfront. Now you just take money from whoever. Consider me no longer a fan. I will keep getting your newsletters, though, for a while to see if you learned your lesson.
Take that.
Kim, did you finish your apology about the takebacks you've been getting from Apple?
Oh, okay.
Well, Kim will take money from anyone, but Apple's not offering.
I wish.
I wish Apple. Carol, do you know anybody? I mean, and if there's anybody listening and you work for Apple,
seriously,
we need the money.
We would love that.
Okay, so just give us a call, especially because I waste money.
Do you think she's right, though, in her overall point? Do you think you push Apple products ahead of anything else?
No. I don't think so.
We actually try really hard to keep our coverage.
We do.
If we have something that's just Apple, we put something for Android. If we have something the other way,
and
we always have
Windows.
stuff for both.
It's actually so Carol doesn't know what she's talking about.
But also, I think Carol's not being realistic. Most people dip their toes in all the worlds. You have an iPad,
yes,
and then you have a Google Home. I don't know. There's a lot of fanboys or simps, if we've learned in the last month.
A lot of simps
for products, but everybody else, they pretty much use everything.
Okay, so that's Carol. Now juxtapose this because these two came in right after each other. Okay, this one's from Harry in New York City. Okay, hey Kim, I'm your biggest fan.
Oh, Harry.
Thank you, Harry. Would you please send me a signed photo? I would really like that. Of course, I will, Harry. Just send a request through the website. But could you give me something more personal?
Oh no.
You mentioned you were moving and you cleaned out your closet.
Oh no. If
you have any old shoes, I will pay you for them, but I would prefer pumps.
Harry.
Okay, Harry, we don't send out shoes.
Nope.
I had
undergarments.
He said old shoes. He doesn't want anything new.
He
no
wants
fresh
them
worn.
He wants them worn and, with that.
Covered in giraffe poop.
Yes. No, you know what? And then there's also the request I got for like, of course, there's always the guy who wants underwear.
Boring.
And then, but the one your hair out of my hairbrush.
They're trying to clone you?
I don't know what that was.
He wants to make it a little ball and, cozy up with it.
I guess this is why you don't go on dating websites, because you run into these guys.
Can I have your hair?
No. It's disgusting.
That's bad.
Okay. So I'm just going to say it right here. Photos are good.
Yay.
Okay. Anything related to my person?
Bad.
Bad.
Bad Harry.
Okay.
Bad Harry.
Bad Harry. New York City. Okay. No, we're none of that.
No.
And the same thing goes for Allie. Allie's not going to give you anything personal either.
Andrew might.
Oh, yeah. I'll sell out in a second.
It doesn't matter. It's going to be on. Matter of fact, he's putting up his eBay.
I did an illegal review on an Amazon site for $70.
You'll do anything.
I have a price.
There you go. All right, moving on. We have a great tip that you don't want to miss from Allie and a semi-funny joke from Andrew.
It's funny.
All right, whatever.
You'll laugh.
Okay, pay me.
Hello, Saver. Whether you're saving for that trip to the tropics or saving for an emergency, now is the time to take advantage of Wells Fargo's savings options. Wells Fargo offers savings accounts that can help you save towards your goals. So, what are you saving for? Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/save to open a savings account today.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Hey, if you'd like to get our Kim Komando Show podcast commercial free, well, you can, but you have to go over to Apple and subscribe to the podcast there. Or if you're on Android, you can go inside the Komando community, and then you get all of the Kim Komando shows without any of those annoying commercials from Apple. I mean, no annoying commercials from anybody. So wherever you get your podcasts on Apple, just go ahead and hit that big old subscribe button. And when you subscribe, we make just enough money for one order of an avocado toast.
We're so hungry.
That's what we figure out. That's how I actually do that. That's what we talk about. Like, how many avocado toasts can we buy every time somebody subscribes on Apple?
One?
Not quite one.
No, not one yet?
Not a whole one.
Not a whole one. Just a half one.
Half a piece?
And not with an egg on top.
Oh, yeah, it's like a fancy.
Yeah, exactly. So go ahead and subscribe because we need the money. All right. So Allie, Tech Life upgrade time.
Do you go through your apps on your phone very often and delete stuff you're not using?
I should, but I don't.
Okay.
No, not really.
Me neither. And that's because I set up my phone to do it for me. There are modes in your phone. You have to enable
You're
it.
fancy.
I'm so fancy.
Show
if you
off.
you just enable it once, I'm telling you how to do it.
Oh, thank you.
You can be fancy too. Okay.
So sensitive.
On your iPhones, thank you, Carol. It's called offload unused apps. And basically, it's not totally uninstalled, but it gets rid of they say about 60% of the data. So it's not taking up the room on your phone. So you go into your settings. We're going to put this in a newsletter, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm feeling like this is a lot of
This
steps.
is going to have to be a tech hack of the day.
Yeah.
But basically, you're just going to go into your storage settings and you're going to enable this thing so that if you don't use an app for a certain amount of time, poof, goes away.
Do you get to set the time period?
No, this happens automatically in the background.
No.
But they say it's 60 days, 90 days, whatever it is.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. So, and then you'll see it'll stay on your home screen. There'll just be a little arrow with it. And that's the indication of this isn't fully downloaded right now. So you can do that. If you have an Android, it's called Auto Archive. I use this. Again, saves 60% of space. You'll probably get a pop-up if you have an Android. Just say yes. It's great. It makes, it takes away permissions too, which is really cool. So if you haven't used an app in forever, it automatically takes away its access to your camera, your location, and all your other stuff.
I'll do this.
You should. And if you go to getkim.com and you sign up for Tech Hacks, I will send this out next week just for you.
There you go, Andrew.
So sweet.
Yeah.
Now, what about for Carol, because she has a Windows phone?
Carol, my love, you should update.
Windows didn't write a check, Carol. Sorry, it's not part of the check.
Here comes the next email from Carol. I can't come out. You're making fun of me with that Allie Simon and Andrew Mabisky.
She became the old man. I like that.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? We have the old man voice.
I've learned.
Okay.
He knows.
And it's always it's like when I look at the reviews of the newsletter, I always read them in the old man voice because it's always like, I didn't learn one thing today, but I'm going to keep reading it just in case,
Just in case.
or I hate these newsletters, unsubscribe. And then they don't give you their email address. So I can't.
Like you were going to unsubscribe them anyway.
We abide by. We don't joke about canned spam, Andrew.
No. But if someone comments that they want you to unsubscribe, you'll do it. Good on you.
We do that. Yeah.
Yes.
Good on you.
Actually, we are
We have morals.
Yes.
Good for you.
I mean, we are making sure
Thank
that
you.
this list is bona fide.
Yeah, because if they don't want it, why send it to them?
Exactly. I mean, but they are. But most of the comments are really quite lovely.
Yeah, they are.
They are. They're just nice people. All right. So you have to end. We always like to end on a bang. And we like to leave people laughing. And it's a big responsibility because overall, you're not a happy person. And
Real bummer. We've been meaning to talk to you.
really talk to you about.
I'm sorry you guys noticed. I was trying to hide it, but... So you want my joke?
Yes.
All right. There are 3 guys driving in a van, 2 brothers and their dumb friend, Daryl. And the van... What? That's not the punchline yet, and I already got you going. This is a good
Well
song.
done.
I think it was the dumb friend Daryl.
So the van breaks down, and they're in the middle of the nowhere, and they just see a farm in the distance. And it's almost going to be sunset. They don't know what to do. They're like, we're going to go ask for help. So they go up to the farm, and Daryl, of course, dumb friend Daryl, is trailing behind. And they ask the farmer, listen, we broke down in our van. Can we please just stay here the night? In the morning, we'll wake up, and we'll be out of your hair, and we'll figure this out. And the farmer says, you can, under one condition. See those 2 trees over there? Those are gold trees. I grow gold bars on those trees. And you better not touch them. And if you do, I'm going to kill you. And they say, trust us. We are not going to ruin your hospitality. We'll stay the night. We'll be gone in the morning. We promise. He says, okay, shows him to the guest room, tucks him in to go to bed. Middle of the night, one of the brothers, gold bars on a tree. I got to go take some. So he slowly opens the window, creeps out, inching towards the tree, and he steps on a branch. Out of nowhere, the farmer comes out with a shotgun. Who's out there? Meow. Meow. Stupid cat. Farmer walks back in the house. Brother takes 3 gold bars and runs off into the night. Second brother was like, he could do it. I could do it. Out the window, creeps towards the trees, steps on the same branch. Farmer comes out with a shotgun. Who's out there? Stupid cat. Farmer goes back inside. The other brother grabs 3 gold bars and runs off. Well, dumb Daryl was like, if they can do it, I can do it.
I'm going to hear from everybody in the world with a Texas accent.
Half the country is upset.
So he opens the window and he falls out of it. And then he's crawling towards the tree. And he steps on the same branch. And the farmer comes out and says, who's out there? And Daryl says, don't shoot, it's me, the cat. That's my joke.
Oh, I'm going to hear from everybody about the word dumb, too. I'm just thankful you didn't use the R word.
Oh, God. Regal? I don't think any of them were regal.
Regal Daryl.
Yeah, Regal Daryl.
That's it. And so on that happy note, we know that you just laughed. Everybody listening just laughed. So you need to go give us a nice 5-star review.
Yes, absolutely.
And we are still looking for people who are stans.
Simps. I mean,
Simps.
stans too.
Stans and simps.
You can say you're a simp and you're a dumb Daryl. It's totally up to you.
So leave us a great 5-star review and say some kind words because that helps more people find our podcast. And we are still looking for the ultimate winner of the ultimate prize. And that is, of course, the Kim Commando Show ball cap.
All the way through the month of October?
Yes. And so get over there and leave those reviews and we'll see you again next time.
Hello, saver. Whether you're saving for that trip to the tropics or saving for an emergency, now is the time to take advantage of Wells Fargo's savings options. Wells Fargo offers savings accounts that can help you save towards your goals. So, what are you saving for? Visit a Wells Fargo branch or wellsfargo.com/save to open a savings account today.
Wells Fargo Bank, N.A., member FDIC.
Get cash for clothes at Plato's Closet in North Charleston and West Ashley. It's so easy. Recycle, earn cash, repeat. We pay cash on the spot for your trendy, gently used clothing, shoes, and accessories. At Plato's Closet, we buy all seasons, all day, every day. It's time to clean out your closet and cash in. Bring in your denim, graphic tees, athletic wear, shoes, handbags, and more. Sell your styles to Plato's Closet for cash. Then, do it again. Plato's Closet, located in West Ashley on Sam Rittenberg Boulevard and North Charleston on Rivers Avenue.